What's up, my brother? In this video, I'm going to share with you 3 steps to attract your ideal woman with your vibe. Because if you truly relaxed, still, you will naturally create connection, attraction, and express your intent very, very clearly. And this is literally the secret to have an amazing date, invite her home, have sex with her, and then eventually enter into a relationship with her, right? It might sound super simple, but this is really the recipe. It can be effortless. Now, you need to understand one thing. It is so easy to be so relaxed in a home watching a YouTube video. It's a different story when we have to be relaxed facing challenges. And this is the whole point of masculinity. For a lot of you guys, I know that going on a date can be very challenging, stressing. It might bring some anxiety in your system. And basically, it's very, very hard to relax, right? But you need to understand that if you can relax on a date, she will feel safe around you. Because there is a law called the law of state transference, which basically means that whatever you feel, she will feel. And this has been my experience. This has been the experience of my clients. When we were able to change our state, she was also experiencing that. Isn't it crazy, huh? So look at it like this. When you go on a date with your ideal woman, maybe you're anxious. Maybe you're stressed. What do you think she's going to feel from you? Of course, she's going to feel that you're anxious, which basically it's going to put pressure on her, right? Because she's feeling your pressure. She's feeling your tension, right? So she's going to feel that too. And what can happen if she's feeling the tension, if she's anxious too, and stressed? There is no way she wants to go home with you. There is no way she will feel connected to you. There is no way she will be attracted to you. And forget about having sex also, right? So the overall vibe of the date should be super chill, right? And I'm actually going to teach you how to relax in this video. So don't worry, I got you, brother. Now, look at it like this. How does an alpha feels in front of an attractive woman? Probably relaxed. Probably relaxed. So you want to embody that too. Yeah. And also, if she feels safe, this is where the connection can arise, right? When there is safety in the dynamic between you and her, naturally the connection comes. Yeah. So this is the easiest way to actually create a deep connection with your ideal woman. And this is very necessary. Like if you want to invite her home, she needs to feel safe, she needs to trust you, and she needs to feel connected to you, right? And the best way to do that is to focus on relaxation, right? To really be relaxed, to be still. On top of that, when you still, when you relax, you are communicating to her that you are not needy, right? Because how can you be needy from a place of stillness, from a place of deep relaxation? It's impossible. Because from this place of deep relaxation, deep stillness, there is no need to impress her. There is no need to attract her, right? Because you are content within yourself from this stillness, from this relaxation. So maybe for some of you, you never experienced that. So this is a totally new concept. And I understand. That's okay. It's your job now to actually create that experience so that you have this insight. Yeah. Here I'm telling you the insight, but it's your job to create this experience to see how it really is, right? You need to understand that from stillness, your heart rate is slowing down, cortisol level lowered, right? It's lower. And according to some scientific study, you also increase your serotonin, right? So this is actually really, really good. Imagine all of this is happening on a date. And these are signs for her that basically this guy is a different kind of man. Because look at it like this. Most men, when they go on a date, they are anxious, they are stressed, all of that, right? Super normal, right? It became a new norm. Now imagine you show up super relaxed. For her, it's like, whoa, who is this guy? I need to know him, right? And on top of that, you're not seeking her validation, right? So this will make her super attracted to you. Stillness creates attraction, right? Not a lot of people talk about this, but stillness creates deep attraction. When I started to experience deep relaxation on my dates, and I'm talking like 5 years ago, right? When I was working on this aspect in my dating life, I remember I was creating attraction with women that I felt were outside of my league, right? At the time, I really felt they were outside of my league. And I was creating attraction without doing much, right? I was just talking normally, but because I was so relaxed around her, she was not used to have men that relaxed, right? Because she was an attractive woman. For her, it was like, what is happening? This is weird. He should be nervous. He should be stressed. He should be anxious, and he's not. Who is this guy, right? You're becoming special instantly. Isn't it interesting? And from stillness, you can be absolutely clear about your intentions, right? Because there is no more hesitation, there is no more overthinking, right? You're not confused anymore. You're not indecisive. You're still. You're relaxed. So from this place, you can express your sexual desires much more easily, right? You can express this raw side of you from the relaxation. And basically, you'll be absolutely clear about what you want to do on a date with her. And this will drive her crazy because she wants a man to be certain about what he wants with her. This is goddamn attractive for her. So, when you are still within yourself, you create this possibility of creating even more attraction, right? And imagine now the chance of you inviting her home. If she's that attracted to you, if she trusts you, if she feels safe, if she's connected to you, why would she say no? Less chance, of course. So, how can we do that? How can we make this happen? So, I'm going to give you three practices that you can do. It might be a little bit challenging for you, yeah? Especially if you're someone that is coming from a technical perspective, like if you learn pickup lines, if you learn routines, if you learn like techniques like push-pull, open loops, all of this stuff, right? If you're coming from this perspective, it might be very challenging to practice these things. That's because it's going to go against the foundation that you have built, right? You have built a foundation of like, I need to do something in order to attract her. And now we're building a new foundation of like, we are content. We're going to embody relaxation. And we believe that just with that, it's going to be enough to attract her, right? And of course, not just with that, there's more things. And you'll see in this training, I talk about more things, of course. But relaxation is a huge component because it's part of your masculinity. And women, on an instinctual level, they seek masculine men. They are attracted to masculine men. So if you embody one of the qualities of a masculine man, and one of them is stillness, naturally she will want you, right? So first practice, focus on your breath, not on what you should say. Super simple. You feel the inhalation and the exhalation, right? Constantly, throughout the whole date. Maybe not when you talk, but when she talks, you really feel the inhalation and the exhalation, right? You can combine that with multiple things, right? You can feel the inhalation and exhalation when you look at her deep in the eyes. You can feel the inhalation and exhalation as you speak. So this will be a little bit more complex, but it can be really powerful. Like you're talking, and then you inhale and exhale, and you take that pause, you take that moment for yourself of inhaling and exhaling. This can create some sexual tension, some masculine presence. It can be really powerful. A bonus tip here. So this is for those that struggle to create sexual tension, one thing that you can do, and this is again going to be a little bit woo-woo, it's going to be a little bit weird, but try it out. Give yourself the chance to have the experience. If you relax the area of your genitals, meaning the buttocks, pelvic floor, your balls, and your genitals, naturally, the sexual energy that you feel in this area is going to be circulated throughout your whole body, right? If this happens, naturally there will be more sexual tension, right? You didn't do anything special. You just circulated your sexual energy throughout your whole body, meaning that when you will speak, there will be a little bit of sexual energy. When you will look at her, there will be a little bit of sexual energy. So it's a little bit woo-woo, and there's no proof of that, yeah? The only proof is my experience and the experience of some of my clients, right? That's the only proof that I have. But I know it works. So you don't have to believe me, but I'm here to tell you that this is the truth for me. Yeah. So this looks like a simple practice, but it can be very difficult, right? Just focusing on your breath. And you might have questions like, oh, but what should I say? Blah, blah, blah. Right? And we'll talk about that. Don't worry, in the training. I'll give you a tip for this. Another way to become more still is the grounding date meditation. And this is super simple. Instead of focusing on your breath, if you don't like to do that, you can focus on your feet and really feel the feet touching the ground as you are on the date with her. And this will make a major shift in the dynamic that you have between you and her, because naturally, as you do this practice of feeling your feet touching the ground, you will become more grounded. This is one of the consequences of doing that. You will become more grounded with her, next to her. Yeah. And basically, as you become more and more grounded, you will become more and more relaxed. She will start to feel more and more safe. And then she will feel the connection with you. And then she will feel attracted to you. And you know exactly what will happen next. Isn't it funny that if you just focus on your feet, such a simple thing, but if you do it really with intensity, with seriousness, right? You really do it. You don't pretend to do it. You actually do that. It can have a major shift in your dating life, in the way you have a date with your ideal woman. Isn't it funny? Now, for those that are like, what should I say, right? You kept on talking about being relaxed, but what should I say? Well, I have an amazing concept for you. It's called following your RAS, Reticular Activation System. I think it's something along those lines. Basically what it is you follow your intention. You follow your attention. Yeah. So wherever your attention is, you embrace that. So how does it look like? Let's imagine your attention is now on a specific topic that you want to talk about, right? You allow this to happen. Let's imagine now your attention is, I want to look at her deep in the eyes. You allow this to happen. Let's say now that your attention is, oh, I want to touch her hair. I feel that. I want to do that. You allow this to happen. Let's say that your attention is saying, look at her tits now. Allow this to happen. See where I'm getting at? You becoming this wild man that is just expressing himself totally freely, with complete freedom. For a woman to experience that will be completely different from everything that she had in the past, because what she will have in front of her is a wild man. And because she never experienced that in her life, it will be so special for her to have such a man that is so free within himself. He doesn't care. He's empathetic. He's empathetic, but he doesn't care. Yeah, and he's free within himself. That's what happens when you follow your RAS. You really allow your attention to direct the whole fucking orchestra. Yeah. It might be scary. for some of you, because you're still in your head, like thinking about what should I say, what should I do? I heard this coach say this and this coach say that and blah, blah, blah. I know, I've been there, right? But for me, when I started to just follow that and really have faith that this can actually work, because if I have an attractive woman in front of me, it means I want her. It means I'm attracted to her. It means I want to go home with her, maybe create a relationship, right? So I had faith in that. So I trusted that my attention will lead me to that, right? My intention too. So don't filter yourself. Don't try to convey any value. Don't impress her with your words and your behaviors. Like, forget about all of that. You have become a wild man that is totally free within himself. And by the way, freedom is also an aspect of masculinity. So for her, what she sees is a man that she never experienced in her life before. So how special will you be in her eyes? Imagine that. It's a different experience for her. Now, you're not going to like what I'm going to say right now. Because all the practices that I just told you, they might not work. And the reason why is because if you have low self-worth, it will be very difficult for you to relax in general when you are in front of an attractive woman. Because imagine this. You're on a date with a really beautiful woman and you feel like, oh my God, she is outside of my league, right? She's a 10 out of 10, but I'm a 5 out of 10, right? Let's imagine you see yourself like this. How can you relax, not seek her validation, and feel like you deserve her from this place? No way. No way. And you can try these 3 practices that I just told you. But it will just not work because deep inside of you, you don't feel good enough for her, right? And this is why, when guys talk about natural game, right? Or like creating natural attraction. For a lot of people, it doesn't work because they have those internal issues, right? And this needs to be dealt internally, right? You have to go through shadow work, maybe part work, maybe attachment repairing. These are some of the key teachings that I teach in my academy. It's a private mastermind of my clients, and I have a few courses there that really teach you that to really help you deal with this low self-worth and actually gain real confidence, right? It might take a little bit of time, but this can really be powerful if you decide to do the work internally. Yeah. So if you're interested in that, you can message me Academy and I'll send you all the information about it. You can get started for 97 euros, I think. So it's my cheapest offer at the moment. And it involves some group calls, and you have a few courses about how to flirt, how to deal with your internal world, like basically dealing with not feeling good enough, how to have sex like a sex god. There's basically a bunch of resources there that can really help you change your dating life. So if you're interested, you can send me a message on Facebook. Just message me Academy and I'll send you some information if you're interested. But yeah, this is probably the biggest challenge that you will have in your dating life. And this is basically the cause of you seeking her validation, because if you want her to like you, right, it's because in a way you don't feel good enough, right? So to enter this dimension of being totally relaxed, being the masculine man and stuff like that, first you need to go through this initiation of cleaning up this little boy that still feel not good enough, right? It's such a powerful work and it will change everything in your dating life if you take it seriously. Thank you for watching this video, guys. I really appreciate it. If you want a free training on how to attract your ideal woman into a long-term relationship, you can just click on the website realdatingconfidence.com and you'll have access to it. It's a really powerful training as well. Thank you for watching, guys. I really appreciate the time that you have spent with me. It means a lot. And I see you on the next video, my brother. See you.